Welcome to the Fierce Goddess Collective. From our hearts to yours, we share the gifts of beautiful goddesses to the world. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another podcast in Series 2. So we've got a bit of a special one for you today. We have invited Vicki back, who is our very first guest, because the Vicmeister has had a massive growth. She has grown, not just personally with her confidence, but her business is exploding. And because I'm a part of it, I wanted to bring her back today because we just want to talk about it. We want to go through our questions again and see where, just how she feels about everything and see what's different. So let's go then. So Vicki, how would you describe yourself and what do you do in your everyday life these days?
It's changed a bit, hasn't it? So I describe myself as really stepping into being a change maker. Really just being someone that goes first and just gives people permission to do the same so that they can know what's possible.
Yep.
That's the way I describe myself. And what I do is I support families. I help set them free, and I do that through the online space, leveraging the online space and just changing their whole entire realities with the income that they can bring into their home, and that then flows on to the way they get to live their lives. And it's
amazing.
I just love it.
I'm tearing up, man.
I just love it. Yeah,
celebrating you, sister.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah.
Totally. Absolutely. And look, I just want to say from the first, if anybody wants to go back to the first episode,
oh my gosh,
even the way you are holding yourself, like you are just so calm and it just flows effortlessly. It flowed last time, but this time you can even see it in the way that you are like presenting.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Oh, thank you so much. That's like
there is. You can feel the change. Your energy has changed. You're
I'm just like, this is what, this is what's happening. Like before I was a little bit sort of like, am I doing that? Or am I not doing that? And now it's like, yes, that's what's happening. Like that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. And
amazing.
It's like you're stepping into and owning and claiming your power. Like this is it.
Yep. This is where it's at. This is what's happening. Come for the ride if you want to, and if you don't, like that's okay. I'll wave to you as I pass you by.
That's so fantastic. It's just fantastic. It's awesome.
Take it or leave it.
Right?
Yeah.
Totally.
Yes. So can I ask you, how do you do that? How do you support women and families?
Yeah. So I teach them how to leverage the online space through affiliate marketing and high profit affiliate marketing so that they can build a legacy business for their families. And that's really what it's about. So they can create something online, and then whatever happens, it's always going to be there for the next generations to leverage as well.
Beautiful.
I'm just so passionate about that. It just
I know. It's
so
totally
important.
Yeah. And it's because I know, because I'm involved.
Well, you do know now, don't you?
I do know,
work
yes.
closely together.
Yes, we do. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
There's nothing else like it out there.
Can I ask, tell me more about legacy. Tell us more about what that means for our audience and the impact on the families.
Yeah, of course. So legacy in our world really is creating generational wealth. So wealth that flows on through the generations after you've gone. And that's what I'm built. Like I make no secret about that. That's what I'm building for my boys. So if I was to go tomorrow, my business and everything that I'm able to earn in that business would be handed down to my kids. And like that in itself is just amazing, right?
Yeah, totally.
Like just blows my mind. And then working towards what we call legacy income. So, income for life, for yourself, for your future kids, all by building for your future kids, for your grandkids, you know what I mean? All by building and leveraging a digital asset. So creating an online business, basically. And through high profit affiliate marketing and leveraging the product that we leverage, which the company is Enagic, the product is Kangen water. I don't hide any of that. It is because all of it is just so beautiful, like the product, the business model. And I think I was talking to Amanda this week, and it's really just comes down to improving the health and the wealth of families. And it just comes together beautifully. I love it.
It does. Absolutely it does. And that's what, that's what got me so interested, is because of the health aspects and the water, because, who knows what's in the water. And I'm not going to say it online. I've had some benefits that I have had because I'm not allowed to, but you can clean with it and all this sort of jazz. But yeah, there are definitely benefits there for our bodies. That's for sure.
Yeah. 100%.
As well as our bank balance.
It's like a win-win, right?
That is.
So yeah, it just blows my mind that households can basically change what's coming out of their tap and then literally change their whole world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then they have the choice whether to do it or not. They don't have to.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
There's no pressure.
Yeah.
Which I love.
Yes, we know you love Amanda.
Don't like pressure. I don't like pressure. No.
I think a lot of women don't necessarily like pressure either.
Yeah.
Do you know?
That's
and
right.
to be able to have a business model that doesn't have pressure and has the potential to earn wealth and have impacts on your health and to give it to your beautiful kids.
Yeah, exactly. Like it doesn't get better than that. And there's no sort of like, end of month hustle or posting flash sales, or because like we don't have them here. It is what it is. The investment's what the investment is, and then you go off and create absolute magic with it. So I agree about women there.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's wonderful, isn't it? It's absolutely wonderful. So what is something you do or would love to do to create joy in your life?
So I love going for long walks. That it might sound really sort of, simple, but
simple's good,
right? That brings me the most joy. Like if I do not go for a walk in the morning, this house is not joyful in any way.
I remember that.
Right? It is not joyful in any way.
Make note.
Yes.
Don't contact Vicki before she walks.
Have you been for a walk this morning, Vicki? No. Okay. Talk to you tomorrow.
I'll talk to you later.
Normally people say, have you had your coffee? No. For you, have you had your walk?
Right. And like I'll just, and my boys don't even bother coming with me anymore because I just walk and walk and walk, and then they're like, we can't keep up with you, Mum.
That's good.
Yeah. So I do that, and that just keeps me grounded and just clears my head, and I find that brings me the most joy, to be honest.
Oh, that's great. That's good.
Yeah.
Whatever makes you happy, babe.
Yeah, that's it. Hey.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So that sort of leads us into the next question, like joy, setting yourself up for the day. What are some of your self-care practices?
Well, these have upgraded since we last spoke, let me tell you. Because I was someone who would, get ready for the day and just do that in the morning and then wonder why I would be like, downhill by lunchtime. So my non-negotiables after working with my new coach now, Alex Tripod, I plug into vibe boosters like 5 or 6 times a day. Different times of the day, they're like 2 minutes or whatever.
Beautiful.
And that raises my vibration straight away. And also openly declaring and speaking out what I'm creating. That is definitely been one that has shifted everything for me. So yes. In terms of, like all the face mask types of things, I do, there is one that I must say, and that is getting my lashes done. As you can see, they need to be done. But I feel like some sort of, naked troll walking around if I don't have lashes on. Right. And if we don't feel good, then we just don't show up the way that we should. So that is might seem a little bit superficial, but it is definitely something I'm booked in tomorrow, by the way, at 12 o'clock.
I totally get you. Because if you look in the mirror and you feel that you just don't present well to yourself.
Yeah.
Because I'm not talking about presenting well to everybody else.
Oh yeah.
Because I can go out grocery shopping and I just have nothing, nothing.
Oh, me too.
And I don't have eyelashes if I don't wear mascara, and I look scary.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know what you mean. I really do. I know what you mean. I do know what you mean.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's always when you're looking that way that you run into 10 or 15 people that you haven't seen in ages, but they just all come out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
And it's funny, I don't do the eyelashes, but I do the nail polish.
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
Yeah. I love the color. I love the joy. It reminds me, it feels good. It's the same,
Yeah. That's it. Yep. And everyone has something different, whether they go and get their hair done every, 6 weeks or whatever. It's all, so different. I'm not a big makeup wearer, and I know that brings joy to people as well.
Right? Yeah, totally.
So that would be it for me. And just really honing in on those daily rituals and routines has it's been hard. It's not easy to change things up and stay committed to a new routine or new rituals. Sometimes it can be oh my gosh, but actually pushing through that has been amazing.
I think the power of rituals and routine and consistently applying that to yourself and whatever you need to do, that's where the magic is.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to be disciplined as well, right? To have to have the freedom and everything that everyone wants, you've got to be disciplined too. So
absolutely. And I sometimes wonder, when we don't do we don't want to do the routine, or we don't want to do what we know is good for us. Sometimes think, what am I self-sabotaging about here? What am I not wanting to commit? Because I know it's good for me. I know it's something I want. And then I go, I'm procrastinating over here. Or I'm doing something over here. So it's interesting.
Yeah. And then once you've got them nailed, everything else just flows, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
So
amazing.
If you don't, if you ditch them, then you just have the worst the worst day ever.
True.
So
very true.
Yeah.
Yes.
So do you think that's your biggest learning? Or do you think there's something else as your biggest learning?
That's a big one. That's a big one.
Yeah.
But also the biggest, and what's shifted so much for me, has been around, I was sort of thinking, oh gosh, why aren't people taking me seriously? Why aren't they taking me seriously or taking my business seriously and all of the things? And it was because of me. It was I was projecting that out, right? Yeah. And as soon as I shifted that and changed that, that's changed so much. Just owning just everything. That would be one of the biggest learnings. Like instead of thinking, you know, somebody's reaction to you is their fault, it's actually, or not fault, that's probably the wrong word, but it's actually just them projecting what you're telling them. And yeah, that was like a big, oh my gosh. That was massive for me.
Well, it's clearly worked.
Hasn't it?
Yeah, it has.
Yeah.
You know what? When you're saying that, it makes me think of that comment, and I may not have it right. What you think of me is none of my business.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And sometimes it's easier to sort of say that, hey, than actually be like, I actually don't care if you think I'm a Wally. And then really deep down you do. You're like, oh, my little heart's broken.
I don't believe that.
So, can I ask you, when was the last time, not even the last time, did you use your intuition?
Yeah. So for me, this isn't the last time I've used it, but it's sort of like the biggest time for me was stepping into this business 100%. Like I did not, on paper, like it would have been like, there's no way, like you can't do that. And then I just knew, right? Just something was like, that's where I need to be. It's what I need to do. And I just made it happen.
Yeah.
And then the same thing, probably the next biggest one was also like investing into my coach. That was, you know, I was in my head, I was like, oh gosh, no, there's no way I can do this. Like, what? But my gut was like, you've got to be there. You have got to do it. Yeah, those would be the two biggest.
Wow.
Two biggest times. And both times they, you know, that like the reward, not even financially, but everywhere in my life, like it's shifted everything. So yeah.
Wow. She's amazing, isn't she? So what are you celebrating right now?
Oh, this is easy. I'm celebrating me.
That's so good. That is the best answer we've had.
It is.
That is awesome.
I'm celebrating me, guys, ladies, goddesses. And I realized yesterday, maybe the day before, I think it was yesterday, because I had a little bit of an emotional roller coaster on my Instagram stories. I was like, you know, coming in all laughing, and then I'm like, oh. But yeah, like we don't celebrate ourselves, and we get stuck on where we want to go and not actually what we've done to actually get where we are. And that's I'm celebrating me.
That is fantastic. That is fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for you. And to watch you from when we first did our, podcast ages ago, watching the story and the way that you've changed from then to now, it's been phenomenal.
Oh,
it is. It's amazing to watch someone who just comes in this at this sort of part of their life, and then they've just grown, kaboom.
Yeah. Here I am, guys.
Well, you are, babe, because you know what you're doing and you got faith in.
Yeah, that's it. And
so,
and that's like another thing, so many people think they've left it too late to do anything different. And it's just like, no, maybe this is just the right time, the most perfect time. I wouldn't be this person if I had have done all of this 10 years ago. So yeah, just enjoying the ride.
I'm enjoying it with you, babe.
Yep, that's it. Troublemakers we are. Would you believe that, Tosca?
She's got the spoon.
Right? Yeah, she's often got that out.
I just like to ask questions. That's all it is. I just like to ask questions. And then Vicki rings me later on. She's like, "Are you okay?" Oh, you're toast.
So funny. So funny.
And just before we finish, can I ask you just one more question?
Yeah.
What is your vision? Like, what is your vision from here? So I'm sure you must have a vision.
Yes.
Like the legacy is part of your vision.
Yep. I really, like, my vision is to set and just see so many families living freely and living a life of choice. That's the biggest one for me. Just impacting households with that. That's my vision, and that's what I'm focused on. And just showing them that it's possible.
Yep, totally.
Yeah.
Totally possible.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. It has been a pleasure, an absolute pleasure.
It's so good to be back. I'm so glad we got to redo this.
And I would like to, and I'm sure Amanda will too, down the track, by all means, come back and have another conversation and keep us updated with what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. When we get to 100 households impacted, I'll be back here, right?
Ticking them off. She's ticking them off.
I'm like, yep, we are doing it.
Okay. Well, I don't know if that's a challenge, an invitation. It's exciting. It's exciting.
It is.
Yeah.
Very much so.
It has been an absolute pleasure. And from our hearts to yours, we really, really have loved these glorious conversations and your energy and your vibe. It's really exciting to see what's happening in your world.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you.
And the change you're making.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate coming back. I love talking to you ladies.
Oh.
We love talking to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And may you be happy, and may you be well, and may you be so abundantly joyful.
Yeah.
You just keep spreading it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Love you, babe.
Dear goddesses, if you love this Fierce Goddess Collective podcast, please remember to like, share, and subscribe.
And if you want some more information on our special guest today, all the links can be found down below. And remember, goddesses, stay fierce.